This is the Fold for GamersDaily, with a look at this week's XBLA releases. So what do they have for us this week? Well, Texas Cheat'em, a different take on the classic Texas Hold'em style of poker, where it pays to be a dirty cheater, and Star Trek DAC, the inevitable tie-in game for the recently released, and I must say, brilliant movie. First of all though, a quick guideline on how the games will be scored. I will only be going over things that are covered in the trial version of the game. My aim is to tell you from this whether or not it looks to be worth your time and your hard cash. From this, the game will be given a rating of buy, try, or delete. Simply put, it's brilliant, get out your wallet, try it out first and make a decision, or just delete it, it's not even worth the space on your hard drive. Right, so now that's all clear, let's get on to the first game, Texas Cheat'em. As the name implies, it's a game all about Texas Hold'em poker, but with a difference. You can cheat your opponents out of their precious chips. There's only one mode available in the trial, and that's against AI opponents. There is some tutorial sections available, but to be fair, if you've played Texas Hold'em before, the added cheat mechanic doesn't need too much explanation. The aim is, as you would expect, to win big money and make your opponents go home broke. But what is this cheating thing all about? Well, very simply, each hand you're given a set number of cheat points. You can then choose from any of the available cheats to try and win the hand. The cheats available vary from swapping out your own cards, changing your opponent's, being able to see your opponent's hand, to all out getting a guaranteed win. When you select a cheat, you have to complete a small mini game which will show up on the right, and these vary. The two I mainly kept getting were a strongman style hit the bell and a button mashing horse race, but I did also get a dice rolling one and have to play a quick round of blackjack, so there is some variety there. A small feature which I say I did like is that it shows you the best hand you currently have at all times, along with a thermometer style gauge on the left, which shows you how good your hand is compared to other hands. Other than these things though, there's not a whole lot more I can say. You can't go online in the trial, which would have shown me just how well the cheat mechanic works in a human versus human setting. So for that, this game is getting a solid try. So next up, Star Trek DAC. I mentioned before that this is a movie tie-in game, although the only real tie-in I could see is that it pits the Federation against the Romulans, and even that's not much of a tie-in. I guess in one way this is a good thing, as they can't screw it up too badly, much like many other games based upon movies. The game itself is a straightforward top-down shooter, which has a few different game modes, only one of which is playable in this trial. It would have been nice to have had at least one of the additional modes available, as either of the two I can't play would possibly make this game an instant buy for me. The one available mode is the standard team deathmatch, which can be played solo against the AI, or versus, which plays over live and fills in spots with AI where needed. The two unavailable modes are Conquest and Assault, Conquest being a battle to hold points on the map, and Assault having each team take turns to attack and defend a starbase. On to the team deathmatch. You can play as either the Federation or Romulans, but, and this is another thing that I have to say annoyed me, you can only choose the lowest level fighter for each, essentially putting you at a disadvantage if playing against people who've bought the full game. For anyone who's played Team Deathmatch before, you'll know the format. For those that haven't, the aim is to kill the players on the other team enough times to reach a certain score first. This game does mix things up slightly however, in that when your ship is ready to blow, you can eject an escape pod and then try to stay alive long enough to walk away, denying the enemy of that point. There's various power-ups strewn about the map, which are triggered using the right bumper. The only one I found to be helpful during my playtime is the one that seemed to claim my ship, meaning I could kick twice as much ass. Overall, it's not bad visually, the controls are okay, and the gameplay has the potential to be pretty fun. However, the fact that a huge chunk of the game is locked out, meaning I have to base my purchase just off of one ship in one mode, but also getting a solid try. Well, that's it for this week, folks. 2 solid tries. Both games have potential to be fun, but the trials just don't give me enough of a look at them to be able to lay down those 800 points. Hopefully next week will bring some gold. Until next time, this is The Fold for GamersDaily, signing off.
Visit GamersDaily.us for more reviews of mainstream and independent games. And if you have anything bad to say, visit the exit right behind you.